These are strange times, folks. We are living in bizarro land. I wake up almost every morning wondering what fucked up thing I'm going to hear about or learn today. I wake up knowing that this is our new normal and this normal should never be normal. When the idiots force their way to the forefront, idiocy abounds all around. We're living in a time where a supposed billionaire is found guilty in a court of law, and the party of law and order calls it injustice. A time where people bitch about the economy and how they can't afford to live anymore, yet they donate money to that supposed billionaire. Donate money, buy NFTs, golden sneakers. The grift is as certain as the sun rising in the east and setting in the west. And look, I am no political expert at all. But if you bitch about Joe Biden sinking the economy and you don't know how you're going to afford bills or groceries, yet you donate money out of your own pocket to help a billionaire with his legal problems, you just might be the dumbest person in America. When stupidity is considered patriotism, it's unsafe to be intelligent. We're living in a time where Republicans give more rights to a Confederate statue than a uterus, but are quick to remind you that the Confederates were Democrats. And we can't erase history, except for the parts of history that they try to use, that the Democrats, who are also Confederates, try to use to make us feel ashamed to be white. And books will make you gay, and Bud Light will make you trans, and trans people groom and prey on children. But don't worry about the overwhelming majority of church folks who are arrested for grooming and preying on children, because that's just a liberal media bias. And don't trust the news, but OAN and Newsmax says that it won't be long until Joe Biden is held accountable for his crimes, even though they can't prove the crimes because it's all part of the woke agenda, and rhinos are in cahoots with Democrats to persecute MAGA, and the only one who can save us is the one man telling the truth, Donald J. Trump, because if they can do it to him, they can do it to all of us. We're living in a time where people repeat the same exact right-wing talking points constantly, and they call themselves free thinkers. A time where they follow right along with MAGA rhetoric, but they call the left sheep. A time where right-wingers lose their damn minds if Target sells a rainbow shirt during Pride Month, but they call the left snowflakes. A time where they say if you're born a boy, then you're a boy. You just can't call yourself something that you're not. But they call themselves good people while they ride high on a platform of hatred. They call themselves Christians when they do the opposite of what Jesus said to do. They call themselves patriots when they are tearing this fucking country apart. They would rather burn it all down and stand on the ashes of democracy, the smoldering embers of this constitutional republic, and call themselves patriots who love this country and they put America first. What a time to be alive. The party of small government wants to control every uterus. The people who say America first don't support safety net programs. The party of why aren't we helping our people here think people here who need our help to quit being lazy and pull themselves up by the bootstraps. Plus, if we help our people here, it won't incentivize them to better their lives. And also, that's socialism. But also, we can't give in to socialism, but also can you donate money to Trump? Make it make sense. A time where everything the right wants to hear is facts over feelings, and everything they don't want to hear is fake news. The only way the left can win an election is by cheating, according to MAGA. No amount of common sense or critical thinking can make them believe otherwise. The 2020 election was stolen, yet the left barely won Congress and ended up with a 50-50 split in the Senate. That makes perfect fucking sense for a stolen election. The 2020 election was stolen, but only for Joe Biden and not for a supermajority where things could actually get done. The 2020 election was stolen, and everyone knows it. The evidence is all right there. That's why all those lawsuits were thrown out. Not because there wasn't any evidence, but because the evidence was overwhelming, and the courts have been weaponized by Democrats, even the ones ran by Trump appointees. He only knows the best people, the most loyal people, except for when those people don't do exactly what he wants them to do, then they're just part of the left's corruption. We're living in a time where people who claim to be pro-life are against helping people, who are alive. Pro-life advocates will be against universal health care or even expanding Medicaid or child tax credits or programs that feed hungry children. They will rant and rave about the sanctity of life and not give a fuck about struggling lives. They will do everything in their power to protect a life that doesn't exist yet while ignoring lives that do exist. They will force a child to give birth but not care if either has enough food to eat. They will tell rape victims the only way to get over their trauma is to give birth to the outcome of that trauma. It's so easy to take up the so-called unborn as your duty to protect because it requires nothing except putting your boot on the neck of those with the uterus. Actual lives don't matter. Unborn lives are the most precious thing we must protect. They claim America first, but they clamor for a civil war. They see children slaughtered in a school or people gunned down at a parade or a concert or a theater or a bar or a hospital or a church or a synagogue or Walmart or a mall, and they worry that they're going to lose something. All those innocent people shot down is just the price of freedom to them. Everything they want to hear is facts over feelings, and everything they don't want to hear is fake news. Confederate flags and Nazi flags abound at MAGA rallies, but the left are racists and the left are fascists. Far-right groups echo Hitler, even Trump echoes him, but the left are fascist. Far-right groups admire and basically worship Hitler, and they spit upon the liberals, the liberal vermin, but the left are fascists. And when those groups marching through the streets in their cute little matching outfits, MAGA will look at them and say, those must be feds. It's a hell of a way of thinking when you believe that every good person in history was on your side and every bad person in history wasn't on your side. But at the same time, people on your side fanboy over those evil people you claim are on the other side. And when those people on your side that emulate the ones you say are on the other side march in support of their beliefs, you claim they aren't on your side. They must be feds. It must be exhausting, always being the victim and the hero in your mind. But hey, those are the times we are living in today. Strange times indeed. I can't make sense of it. Can you? Can anybody? I'm afraid not. But what we can do, we can't give up. We can't give in. We can't lose hope. I'm not going to no matter how bleak it looks. That's why I'm here, talking, speaking, trying to bring a sense of calm through this sea of insanity. And if we don't talk about it, we will go crazy. But if we only talk about it, we will go even crazier. Words mean nothing when actions don't exist. We mustn't lose hope, but we also mustn't sit idly by. Keep up hope and put in work. And that's the only way we will save this country from the patriots who want to tear it down to the studs and rebuild it in their warped Christian nationalist image. So keep up hope and put in work so we can steal the next election. Barely. Strange times indeed.